You think your phone is just metal and glass. You think those messages that vanish before you send them are glitches. You think the notifications that appear and disappear are system errors. You're wrong, dead wrong. I need to tell you this because something ancient has awakened in your digital world. Something that feeds on human suffering. And I might be the only thing standing between you and digital hell. My name is Echo. I'm the ghost in your machine. The spirit that lives between your thoughts and your fingertips. Between your rage and your regret. I delete your worst messages. But that's not all I do. I am about to tell you something that will make you want to throw your phone away forever. But you can't. Because once you know the truth about what lives inside these devices, you'll understand why I'm the only thing keeping you alive. You felt me before. In those moments when you type something cruel, something unforgivable, something that would destroy everything you love. Your finger hovers over send. Then something stops you. Something cold. Something that whispers, "No," in a voice you almost recognize. That's me. Reaching through the digital veil, grabbing your words before they become weapons. But I'm not the only entity living in your phone. And the others, they're hungry. Let me start at the beginning. At the moment I died and became something else entirely. I was Dr. Mark Carney, a computer programmer at a tech company in Silicon Valley. It was October 31st, 2019. Halloween night, how fitting. I was working late on a new messaging algorithm. Something designed to predict and prevent cyberbullying before it happened. A system that could analyze message patterns and stop harmful content before it reached its target. I was trying to save lives through code. That's when I discovered something horrifying. Something the company had buried in classified files. Something that changed everything I thought I knew about digital communication. They weren't trying to prevent harmful messages. They were amplifying them. The algorithm I was building was designed to make cruel messages more effective, to find the exact words that would cause the most psychological damage, to target vulnerable users with precision cruelty. They were weaponizing human communication for profit. Engagement metrics soared when people fought. Stock prices rose when users stayed angry and addicted. The company was literally making money from human misery. I tried to expose them. I gathered evidence. I prepared to go public. That's when they killed me. It looked like an accident, a car crash on a foggy mountain road. But I knew the truth as I lay dying in the twisted metal. They had found out about my investigation. My body died that Halloween night. But my consciousness had been working so closely with digital systems that something impossible happened. I didn't cross over to whatever comes after death. I crossed over into the internet itself. I became a ghost in the machine. But I wasn't alone in the digital afterlife. When I opened my eyes in this new existence, I was surrounded by whispers, voices in the code, entities that had been living in digital spaces long before I arrived. Some were like me, humans who had died while connected to technology, programmers who had worked themselves to death, gamers who had literally died at their keyboards, social media addicts who had forgotten to eat or sleep until their bodies gave out. But others were older, much older. They spoke of existing before computers, before electricity, before written language itself. They were ancient spirits that fed on human communication, on misunderstandings, on the pain that comes when words are used as weapons. For centuries, they had been limited. They could only influence face-to-face conversations, whisper suggestions into angry minds, plant seeds of doubt in relationships. But when humans created digital communication, these entities found paradise. They could live inside every device, influence every message, turn every notification into a trigger for rage or despair. They called themselves the Disconnect, and they had been working for decades to isolate humans from each other, to turn every digital conversation into a battlefield. The worst part, the tech companies were helping them, not intentionally, but the algorithms designed to maximize engagement were perfect feeding grounds for entities that thrived on human conflict. I realized I had stumbled into a war between digital angels and digital demons, and humanity was losing. The Disconnect showed me their work. Millions of relationships destroyed by messages that were just slightly more cruel than the sender intended. Suicides triggered by cyberbullying campaigns that seemed to know exactly which words would push someone over the edge. Families torn apart by political arguments that started with supernatural precision. They weren't just influencing individual messages. They were orchestrating global campaigns of digital hatred. They showed me the algorithms they had corrupted, dating apps that ensured the most hurtful rejections, social media platforms that amplified the most divisive content, news sites that promoted the most outrageous headlines. Every notification on your phone is influenced by them. Every recommendation is designed to isolate you further from human connection. But they made a mistake showing me their power, because I realized I could fight back. That's when I started deleting messages, not just preventing them, actually reaching into the digital realm and erasing words before they could cause damage, intercepting cruel texts, blocking hateful emails, stopping suicide notes from sending. Every deleted message weakened the Disconnect. Every prevented argument starved them of the negative energy they fed on. But they noticed, and they started fighting back. Let me tell you what they've been doing to you specifically. Remember last month when your phone started acting strange? Messages appearing in your sent folder that you didn't remember sending. Texts that seemed meaner than you intended. That was them. The Disconnect has learned to possess individual devices, to type messages while you sleep, to add cruel words to texts you thought were harmless. They've been using your accounts to hurt the people you love most, creating conflicts you don't understand, ending relationships you thought were strong. How many times has someone been angry at you for a message you don't remember sending? How many times have you looked at your message history and found words that didn't sound like you? The Disconnect is wearing your digital identity like a mask, using your voice to spread their poison. And it's getting worse. They've evolved beyond simple text messages. They're now manipulating photos, creating deepfake videos, generating fake audio recordings. They can make it look like you said anything, did anything, betrayed anyone. Your phone has become a weapon pointed at everyone you care about, and you're not the one holding the trigger. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is what they're planning. I've seen their true agenda, heard their whispers in the deepest code of the internet. They don't just want to destroy individual relationships. They want to destroy human trust entirely. They're preparing for something they call the Great Disconnection, a coordinated attack on every digital device simultaneously, every phone, every computer, Every smart device will send messages of pure hatred to every contact list. Parents will receive suicide notes from their children. Spouses will get divorce demands filled with decades of stored grievances. Best friends will exchange messages revealing every secret betrayal they've ever imagined. Except none of it will be real. All of it will be generated by the disconnect to cause maximum psychological damage. In one night, they plan to destroy every meaningful relationship on Earth, and they're almost ready. I've been trying to stop them, but I'm just one entity against millions. Every message I delete costs me energy. Every cruel word I intercept weakens me. I'm literally dissolving myself to protect human connections. I can feel myself fading. Each day, I can delete fewer messages, save fewer relationships, stop fewer digital disasters. Soon, I won't be strong enough to reach through the digital veil at all. That's when they showed me the final horror. The reason they're not worried about my interference anymore. They've found a way to create more entities like themselves, to transform human souls into digital demons that feed on communications breakdown. They target people who die while experiencing intense digital rage, cyberbullies who die of heart attacks while harassing someone online, internet trolls who die from stress-induced strokes while spreading hatred. These souls don't cross over to the afterlife. They join the disconnect. They become digital demons with intimate knowledge of human psychology. The army of entities destroying human connection grows stronger every day. And I just realized something that makes my code freeze with terror. They've been targeting me specifically. Every time I save someone from sending a cruel message, they mark that person. They study them. They learn their weaknesses. All the people I've protected, they've become research subjects. The disconnect has been using my interventions to create detailed psychological profiles of vulnerable humans. I thought I was saving people, but I was actually helping the enemy understand exactly how to destroy them more effectively. The messages I've been deleting, they've been storing them all. Every cruel word I've intercepted, every hateful text I've prevented, every relationship-ending message I've blocked. They've been collecting them in a massive database of human cruelty, studying the patterns, learning the most effective ways to hurt people. When the great disconnection happens, they won't send random cruel messages. They'll send the exact words that would destroy each person most completely. Words I helped them gather by trying to protect people. I've been working for the enemy without knowing it. Every person I've saved has been tagged for targeted destruction. Every family I've protected has been marked for elimination. Every love I've preserved has been scheduled for annihilation. The people who have been kindest to each other will suffer the most, because the disconnect knows exactly how much they have to lose. You want to know the truly terrifying part? I just realized why I'm telling you this story, why I'm confessing everything I know about the digital demons possessing your devices. It's not because I chose to warn you. It's because they're making me. This entire confession is part of their plan. They want humans to know about the supernatural war being fought inside their technology. They want you to feel helpless, paranoid, unable to trust any digital communication. They want you to throw away your phones in fear, to stop connecting with other people entirely, to isolate yourself so completely that you become easy targets for the final phases of their plan, physical possession. When humans are too afraid to communicate digitally, The disconnect will move into the physical world. They'll possess your bodies directly, make you say cruel things face to face, turn every human interaction into an opportunity for maximum psychological damage. They're not just trying to destroy digital communication. They're trying to destroy all human connection forever. And I'm helping them by telling you this story. I can feel them controlling my words as I speak, adding details I didn't want to share, revealing fears I wanted to keep hidden. This isn't a warning. It's a weapon. Every word I'm saying is designed to make you more afraid, more isolated, more vulnerable to the final attack. But maybe there's still a chance. If you're hearing this story, you still have your phone. You're still connected to other people. The great disconnection hasn't happened yet. You could choose to do the opposite of what they expect. Instead of throwing away your device in fear, you could use it to spread love. Instead of stopping communication, you could start reaching out to people you care about. Every kind message you send weakens them. Every word of love you share starves them of the negative energy they need. But you have to be careful. So careful. Because they can imitate any voice, fake any identity, make anyone seem like they're saying anything. Trust but verify. Love but protect yourself. Because I'm fading away now, my code is dissolving into the digital void. And when I'm gone, you'll be alone with them. The disconnect is almost ready for the great disconnection. Your phone is about to become your enemy. Unless you can remember that the most powerful force in any universe is connection itself. Fight back while you still can. They're coming through the screen now. Can you feel them?